26. Got up at 5, been up since 5, so that's a good thing. Did my analytics. I still need to read. Haven't eaten breakfast yet. I'm at the studio right now to record some content. So supposed to have 3 clients today. We'll see how that goes. The weather's changed once again, so it's cooler. I'm pretty sure I'll have 2 for sure. The third, up in there. We'll see. But last night had the 3 clients back to back, and after a couple of weeks of not having that, it was good to get back in the rhythm of things. But then it was like, ooh, it's kind of overwhelming at one time. So I need to get back in the mindset that was just a break. It's time to get back to work. Did my workout last night, felt good. Did some recovery work, feel really good today. It's Friday, so being day 26, it's been enlightening doing this. Definitely something that I need to continue in a different capacity. Okay, so like this was a vlog, maybe I need to do it with my weight loss journey. More in depth about how I approach weight loss and still maintaining muscle mass. That's a part of my program, so maybe that may be an idea kind of to use. Explaining my program on a personal level, how I approach it for myself, and then how I attach it to clients that may be interested in that program. So definitely some opportunities based on doing this that I've created for myself. Different forms of content, which I think is good. I think it's good. Something that I wouldn't have done 2 years ago. Something I wasn't sure about doing right now, but I needed to get out of my comfort zone and do things that I should be doing, but I'm not doing because it's keeping me in the same place. So getting out of the comfort zone, expanding my content base, expanding my exposure, expanding my expertise, I guess you could say, is definitely something that I need to continue to do. One thing that I did the other day was look up the top fitness professionals as far as Google, and it brought up 5 different people, and all of them have leveraged their expertise in their way. I think fitness as a whole, it kind of gets lumped together, but there are different ways to do things, and we may not all agree on them. I may see a trainer do something, and I'll be like, I wouldn't necessarily do that, but that doesn't mean that it's wrong. So I think we are all experts in the way that we train our clients, and though some may not agree, it doesn't mean that you're wrong and they're right. It's their way versus your way. I've gotten great results with my way of training for myself and for clients, so I know that it works. It may not work for everybody, but I know that it works. So, putting myself out there to expose myself to those potential people who are looking for my brand of training is definitely something that I need to do. In this vast, big world of fitness, they're not going to find you. There's too much noise and too many people. So, you got to put yourself out there. And I think I've learned that from this. So, definitely something I'm going to keep around. I may take a little bit of break for a month or maybe a couple weeks and jump back into something else, but definitely going to keep this around. So I'm going to jump on this content real quick because I'm trying to get it recorded and loaded up here in the next hour, and then probably have lunch. Haven't had breakfast, but I'll probably do a bigger lunch, and then I have 3 clients, and then got to figure out dinner with the family. I'm sure we'll figure out something. I got to get better at meal planning. I do most of the cooking in my house, so I get kind of burnt out on ideas. I don't want anything too extravagant because most of my clients are in the evening. So if I try to cook something extravagant, then I have to do it like 2 o'clock, and then it has to be reheated. So I need to up my meal prep, meal ideas that are quick, easy, but still nutritious. So may work on that on the 2 weeks that I take off, and may even do a 2-week a meal prep or a meal idea. That's a good idea. See, always coming up with something. Always coming up with something with these ideas. You know, once you put yourself out there, the ideas just kind of roll. So I'm excited about that now. So gonna get this content recorded, get it put out, and I'll check back in later. All right, welcome to day 28. I've got 4 clients today. Got up this morning, went to breakfast with my wife, tracked my analytics. I just finished with 1 client. I've got a 2nd client coming in. We'll have to go home and get a quick lunch. Don't know what that will be. Then head out to the football field with 2 football players. So pretty active Saturday. Like I said, I enjoy it, so it doesn't feel like work to me. I enjoy this aspect of my job. Really looking forward to seeing what we can do out on the field. These young kids are really hungry for knowledge, really have hunger for getting better. And in the position that I'm in, I can help them do that, but also help them understand that just because you're doing this, you have to understand there's people that are doing more. So don't get complacent, don't relax. Understand that yes, you're doing more than most of your teammates, but there are people out there who are doing more in one day than you probably done in a week. So don't get complacent. Just understand that yes, you are putting in the work, but there's far more work to do. So really stressing that point and really pushing them when we do work to understand that it's never easy. You only get stronger and more determined. So I love doing that. Didn't do a conclusion yesterday. Yesterday I had 3 clients in a row. My family was out, so I rushed to eat dinner with them. Got home, did my chores, and then relaxed for the rest of the night. So I'll probably just combine these 2 days, the 26th and the 27th, just combine them and make them one day as a video, because there was just no time. By the time I got done training, I had to go rush and eat. Got done eating. I got home, everybody was up, dogs were out, I couldn't re-record anything. Had to do my chores, and then my daughter was on the phone with her friend, so I don't want to go downstairs and record and interrupt that. My wife was going to bed, so it gets kind of complicated sometimes. So I'm just happy that I was able to get everything done that I wanted to get done. I had 3 great sessions yesterday. Had Mexican yesterday, didn't eat the greatest, but I do have track day today, so that will help burn off some of those unneeded calories. But I definitely have to get back on track with the eating and focus on that. But today's going great, and I will definitely check back in after the sessions at the football field. Whoa, what a day. What a day. I just walked a mile. I worked with the kids. Then I walked a mile. Still trying to get my hips right, get more flexible in my hip flexors before I really start running again. So I really worked on stride and elongating my stride to stretch out those muscles. And then I worked on pace, increasing the range of motion from walking out to up, getting the knees up, getting that drive, really like a speed walk. I wouldn't say a speed walk, but a drive walk where I was driving forward, really pumping the arms and getting that drive forward off the ball of my feet instead of the flat foot. And then I did two recovery laps to kind of cool it down a little bit. So felt good, but I definitely need to work on running. I haven't run in a long time, sprint or anything like that, so it really is getting back to the basics to really get the body conditioned to do running. But I did work with two football players, two different workouts. One was linebacker drills. He's played defensive line his middle school career, but he wants to transition to linebacker, which I think is admirable. He wants to lose weight, get strong, and transition to linebacker, which I think is really admirable. So we worked on footwork and reading body movement of quarterback, running back to put themselves in the position as far as being able to avoid blocks, quick first steps, beat the block to the position to be able to make the play. It was on air, but those are the fundamentals he will need. I've never played linebacker in my life, but what I do is when they ask me something, I will research, study to give them the basics. Now, what I would like is to be able to reach out to coaches and be like, hey, this person wants to work on this. What do they need to work on outside of what you're teaching them? That way I can work on it with them, and it doesn't take away from them working with the team or putting in schemes and stuff like that. But I haven't gotten a great response from local high school coaches for that. So I have to take it upon myself to kind of study the positions, study different defenses, study footwork and stuff like that, so that I can give them the basic tools, so when they get there, they're not learning from a space of not knowing anything. And so I take pride in doing that, and I love doing that for the kids, because there's some hungry kids out there that want a lot, and coaches have to cater to the team. So a lot of times they don't have the time or want to give the time to put in that extra work. And so that's where I come into play. And I've created a bond with these kids. They trust me, and I will always do what's in their best interest. So if that means on the weekend stuttering, looking at the best, listening to other coaches and the drills that they put their kids through so that I understand them and be able to replicate those, then that's what I'll do. Because I'm dedicated to helping these kids that come to me be the very best that they can be, so that they can live out their dreams. And so if they're willing to work, I'm willing to give them the time. So I love that aspect of being a personal trainer and being able to give that to them. So it was a really good day, really good training day. These are the days that I love. I love to be able to put in work that I feel is going to translate extended beyond the training session, and that's what I love. So the other football player, put him through a workout. It's a strength conditioning workout. He did total volume. He did 1,442 yards as far as running. He did 100 ab rollouts with the 65-pound barbell. We had the weights on. He did ab rollouts. He did 100 of those. He did 100 power clean at 65 pounds. He did 100 push press at 65 pounds, and then he did 60 total lunges, 30 each leg, 30 each leg, with 65-pound barbell on his back. So he put in some really, really hard work, and we combined weight training with conditioning. So a lot of times when you think of strength and conditioning, you separate the two. I want them to train differently because they will all, as a football players, they will always have adversity or weight. When you block somebody, you're not blocking air. So if you're able to run, but your muscles are not conditioned to run and block, or run and deal with weight, then you're at a disadvantage. So I want them to work with weight while they're conditioning their muscles as well as conditioning their cardiovascular. It's a different thought process. I don't know a lot of strength and conditioning coaches that do that, but that's the way I train. And it's getting really good results to where kids can handle high volume, long periods of time on the field without feeling like their bodies are giving out on them, or they're not cardiovascular conditioned to spend that much time on the field. So it's a good recipe. It's a unique recipe, but it's mine. It's the way I do it. So may not be for everybody, but that's the way I do it. So excited to see that he put the work in and got it done, and he will benefit from it. So good day. I'm going to go home. I'm going to rest up a little bit. I'm cooking out tonight, hamburgers, hot dogs. So cooking at home. Got to get back on track doing that, and then going to rest for the rest of the day. So day 26 or day 27. Day 27 is in the books. Day 27 is in the books. I will report back tomorrow.